Hello my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 Genetically Modified Overkill run. Hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to build the ultimate lifesteal character, the perfect vampire. We're going to be using the vampire, and we will combine it with the sick, so that we continue to not be able to use regeneration, but also we're taking constant damage, so if we ever stop attacking, we're just going to die instantly. I'm going to add onto that the Lich. It's also thematic. This is a very vampire-themed build, I guess. If, we have to feed constantly on blood or we expire, and the mere presence of our dark power causes enemies to die instantly. So there's some Baldur's Gate leaking into Brotato for you. And then we're going to go with the Sharp Tooth. This is a weapon I think is pretty cool, but that is often quite weak, in my opinion. So I think this character will be able to make use of it. So right now, I am getting dangerously low on health this wave. We have to make it 5 more seconds without the self-damage killing us. So I can't afford to tank a hit. Luckily did not take a hit, so we made it out there. Luck is a little weaker on this character because we can't use any consumable healing. Let's take a quick look at what our stats do also. So no consumable healing, no regen, and lower damage from Vampire, also lower HP. But we get armor, lifesteal, and damage as we lose health. The sick gives us additional health and lifesteal, but we can't use regen, and we take damage over time. And the Lich, of course, gives us extra lifesteal, and we deal damage, but whenever we heal, but our damage modifiers are reduced by half. So all of those together, I think, make a really interesting character. Let's go ahead and roll here, and I could take melee damage. We will want some of that, but I think I'm just going to scale my damage with lifesteal, actually. The more of that I buy, the better. I would also have taken harvesting. I think we can pass on luck there, and that's fine. Let's roll here. I will lock the lumberjack shirt. I'll lock the gecko as well. It's really good for the Lich. And then we will take the Sharp Tooth and roll. One thing that's nice about Sharp Tooth for this build, although we're getting horrifically unlucky trying to roll them. Wow, that was very painful. So we're stuck with only 2. I don't know if we're going to have enough lifesteal to make it out of this wave, actually. We'll find out. One thing that's nice about the Sharp Tooth, if we can ever find them for this build, is that it is a primitive weapon. So it gives us a little bit of HP padding, less than it would for a normal character because we're the vampire, but it'll give us a little bit of leeway before our self-damage kills us. Alright, so we did make it out of this wave. I was a little worried when we didn't find more than just the 2 daggers. We'll take some harvesting here, and we'll take a Sharp Tooth. This is such a cheap weapon, too. It's really unlikely that we were only able to find 2 and buy 2, because we have a lot of money to spend on it. Okay. Alright, game. It's gonna be like this, huh? It's gonna be one of these runs. At least we made it up to 4. We will see if we can find enough that we will be able to get our lifesteal online. Currently, we're okay as long as I don't take hits. Notice, of course, that we don't heal from consumables, and we can't use regen. Other lifesteal, non-healing, non-consumable, non-regen sources of healing are very useful for this character as well, if we can find them. Things like Cute Monkey or Adrenaline would be ideal for us, but we need to get there first. Let's roll here, and I'm just going to take more lifesteal and more harvesting. Obviously, we want to build our harvesting up. We will buy all of these items and then roll, lock a broken mouth, lock a sharp tooth, and lock a whistle. All right. So at least we're going to get to 5 weapons, but I did find a bunch of really good economy items there, and I think it was worth it to just buy the economy items rather than roll for weapons. On wave 3, usually you just want to buy whatever items you have locked so that you stop wasting shop slots, and also you have less chance of finding those weapons. At least our damage is very good, because as we lose health, we gain a lot of damage. The Lich modifier should apply to that damage, so we won't get as much as we would on another character, but it's still a lot of bonus damage for us. Wasn't able to kill that tree, but we got both curse aliens, which is very nice here. Do I take speed? I could also just roll for max HP. movement speed of these things is the thing that I want. I think we won't buy melee damage on this character, actually. I've kind of changed my mind on that. We will just focus on building lifesteal to build the base damage of our weapons, because they scale with lifesteal. Let's go ahead and just take the move speed, because I am certain we're going to need that. Boxing glove, I think we can pass on. All of these we can pass on. We're really getting so unlucky on sharp teeth here. Okay, we found a level 2, and we found a cute monkey. Duct tape, losing 2 HP, definitely painful when we're taking constant damage over time, but I'm going to take this because armor is also going to be really important for this character. The more armor you have, the better. One thing that you can really get into trouble with on the vampire is that you don't get armor from the character itself until you've actually taken a bunch of damage. So if you have no base armor and you take a big hit, that can put you down at too low HP to survive the next hit, even with your newfound armor. So it's really important to get some base armor on this character. Armor also scales linearly. Each point of armor is worth exactly the same amount of effective HP as the previous point. So having extra points of armor does not have a diminishing return or anything like that. Here I will take the luck. Our max HP could use a little bit more work, but we're going to boost that with the sharp teeth. I'm forgetting the name of the weapon because I never buy it. We'll take the lifesteal here, and then, of course, we are very happy to see 2 sharp teeth. I will also buy the blood leech. I think any lifesteal is going to be really good for this character, so we'll pick that up. And, of course, a cursed claw tree is going to be excellent, boosting both our curse and also a bunch of stats that we want. My goal, of course, is going to be to get to about like 80 HP, where even if we tank a hit and get really unlucky with lifesteal, or for whatever reason can't attack consistently, we still don't die to the self-damage. So that's going to be the break point for us. The Lich passive also does have some upsides, of course, in that it kills enemies, which is very handy, but it also has some downsides in that we can't lifesteal off of it, so we won't be getting lifesteal whenever the Lich passive kills something, and it also is going to count as a ranged attack for popping things like these pufferfish, so it can make the board a little more dangerous compared to melee attacks only. Making pretty good income this wave, though, so that's nice. Let's go ahead and recycle this. We'll never use ranged damage. And then I would like to get my harvesting over 21 at this point, so we're going to work on that. Buy all of these, and then roll. And great, finding a bunch of armor is excellent, even if it does come at the cost of a little max HP. Roll again, and we will take a bag and a gecko and a corrupted shard. Fairy, we can't really use because we have minus 189 health regeneration, so no matter how many tier 1 items we buy, the fairy will never be valuable for us. I'm hoping that my movement is good on... it is decent this run, because I'm recording this the day after getting my like seasonal flu shots and everything, so my arm hurts a lot. And I got them on my left hand, left arm, which of course is the hand I use for the keyboard. So I'm fighting through the pain to bring you guys videos. So hope you appreciate it. Yeah, we'll definitely take bonus dodge. That can just help me if I get myself into trouble and take a hit. Right now we're okay because we aren't really tanking hits. It's when we take a hit and also are at low health from the sick passive that we can really get into trouble on this build. So that's what we have to try to avoid. Take some bonus luck here, because if we get that early, it's great. Take a bag and the gecko and the corrupted shard, and then roll. Cursed javelin, we don't really want. We're still going to stick with sharp tooth. I think I will go with Peacock. This is a very early Peacock, so this is a lot of bonus XP gain for us. Wave 8 isn't the best wave for the Peacock in the Abyss. That's probably wave 10, which is kind of the farming wave equivalent. It's the equivalent of wave 9 in the Crash Zone map. But an early Peacock is pretty good here, especially when we have no XP gain items. I'll also lock the banner. Range is actually very good when you're going for this sort of lifesteal build that can't afford to take hits, because it just makes it easier for us to constantly be attacking, as does attack speed. Roll here, and then Weird Ghost is a very efficient source of hit points, so we're going to pick that up. Just kidding. Obviously, we're the sick, and we can't buy the Weird Ghost, but I bet I got some of you. And then let's go to Wave 8. Missed opportunity there not to go on my whole Weird Ghost rant about how you should buy it more often before revealing the joke. Alright, so I need to avoid tanking too many hits. Our Lich passive is helping keep the wave pretty clear, though. So we're doing reasonably well there. Like, it's easier for us not to take hits when the Lich is... Lich damage is helping to clear out a bunch of these extra enemies. I wouldn't mind an increase to enemy spawn rate as well. That would be very significant for this character. But we made it through the Peacock wave without taking too much damage, so very happy about that. Pile of books will probably not come up. I doubt we're going to buy a lot of constructs. So do I want 3% crit chance for 33? That's still a reasonable value, so we're going to pick it up. And then, of course, the Corrupted Shard as well. And... it's early enough, I think we can take 10 Harvesting here, and then we will take 3 Armor, and then 9 Max HP. The Max HP, of course, is at lesser value than normal, because we lose Max HP modifications from the Vampire, but we really do just want to boost that to try to get to enough that we can tank through the sick damage with relative impunity. Baby Elephant is a way to help clear the wave, but I actually don't want to do that too much. The Lich passive is good. It's helping keep the wave thinned out so that we aren't in too much danger of taking damage. But I want there to be enemies that we can lifesteal off of, so we don't want to kill everything before we lifesteal. Roll here. I don't think we want the Tyler. This is also a pretty early crown. I'm going to pick this up. It at the current state of things will not be super impactful. It's still going to be good. A wave 8 crown is always good, but if we find like another plus 10 harvesting or a couple harvesting items, then the crown could really go off economically. So we'll lock this sharp tooth, and we will, of course, buy the crown. Early economy items, always excellent. The spawner there, great for lifesteal because it has so much health, so you can hit it a lot of times, even with a high damage character. I wonder if there's some consideration for not buying critical hit chance on this character, because it makes it harder to lifesteal. Something to think about there as well. I also do need to boost my damage a little more. Now that we have a little more lifesteal and I'm actually staying at full health more of the time, we're not getting the bonus damage from the Vampire as much, so I need to boost my damage output to make up for that. And of course we have still minus percentage damage, like very high negative percentage damage. Yeah, we'll take 3 melee damage here. Obviously, it's more efficient, I think, to boost this character's base damage with lifesteal, but the melee damage is still going to be helpful, and then we'll take the 8 harvesting because we have the crown, so the more harvesting we get, the better it is. We will combine and buy Sharp Tooth and another Corrupted Shard. Corrupted Shard, also just an incredibly top-tier item. I think this item is a little bit undervalued. I see people sometimes saying I should pass it, but the percent damage rate on it, because it's so cheap, isn't that bad. And +1 curse is worth a ton, so you should definitely be buying this item very aggressively, even on characters that don't use the percentage damage at all. Cute Monkey, we will pick up. Shady Potion, I will take as well. Obviously, the downside doesn't matter, because we have minus 191 HP regen. This is late enough that I don't think Spyglass is going to pay for itself. Typically, Spyglass will be worth like 50 materials by the end of the run, and so buying this early, I think, or buying this late doesn't do anything for us. You usually shouldn't buy this item unless you get it like wave 4. We'll take the Corrupted Shard here. Shackles, I don't want to cap my move speed, and we don't benefit from any of those stats, so we'll roll past that. Pocket Factory, we do have Lumberjack Shirt. And we do have Pile of Books, so Pocket Factory has a little bit more recommending it than it normally would. That said, I don't know if we want Pocket Factory clearing enemies, because that's less stuff we can lifesteal off of. So I'm going to pass on it, take the wheelbarrow here, and roll one more time. And nothing here I want. Let's go to the next wave. I just want to avoid having the Pocket Factory turrets kill too many enemies for us, so that we can't lifesteal off of them. Alright, so I took an 11 damage hit there, but luckily there's not that many enemies that can actually get to us in this wave. This is typically the farming wave in the Abyss, because there's so many of these little baby aliens that you can farm pretty effectively in this wave. There's also the blobfish, which are both easy to kill, and Shrop Curse aliens, so you can get a bunch of extra stats wave 10, and we really want to make sure that we're doing that. Break that tree. No turret comes out of it because we passed on Pocket Factory. Always makes me sad to pass on Pocket Factory even when it's right, because I just love that item. But for this character, I think it actually would make the run quite a bit harder. Do I take more harvesting, or are we happy with our crown? I think because it's level 3, I'm going to take more harvesting, and then here, take the lifesteal. Upgrade our sharp teeth to even higher values. And the head injury. So our percent damage, we only get at 50% rate. So I'd basically be buying 3% damage here. But it is currently quite negative. So we want to buy that anyways. Any percent damage that you can buy when it's this low is a huge boost to your damage output. So worth doing. The coil, we're going to pass on. We have very highly negative knockback, and we don't really want to invest in knockback. Mirror here. Is there anything that I want to mirror in this shop? Not really, so let's just go ahead and buy these two items. I'm going to buy the mirror just for fun and then roll, and we'll see if we can find something cool out of the mirror. We did. Treasure map is definitely worth mirroring, so I'm going to pick that up. Piggy bank we don't want, and for 23, I think we'll pass on the reroll. Obviously, mirroring a level 2 item is a little disappointing, but treasure map is a very good level 2 item. It's going to be worth a lot of extra items, so the mirror worked out reasonably well there. Mirror is another item I think is actually sort of objectively not that great, but I just love the item because you never know what you're going to roll into, and if you roll into something really sick, then you're going to be sad that you didn't take the mirror in the previous shop. Of course, for like record-setting endless runs and stuff, it's also really important you need mirror in order to mirror the like most important cursed items. Cursed spyglasses and cursed tardigrades and stuff like that you really want to mirror. So you'll often buy mirror in cursed runs or in endless runs and go 20, 30 shops without buying something just so you can mirror one of the key items for an endless run. Gonna recycle the reinforced steel here, and then we can start building dodge. That gives us a little bit of an extra safety layer to not take damage if I have higher dodge. Buy the sharp tooth, and then roll. Penguin. I keep wanting to buy penguin because I think this item's quite solid, but of course it doesn't do anything for us with 191 regen. Buy the head injury, and then roll some more. This is a very late bean teacher, and we already have increased XP gain. It also decreases our damage output because we have high, because it reduces our lifesteal. On the other hand, we're going into a Horde wave immediately, so this is probably worth at least 1 level. So I think I'm going to buy it here. The -2 lifesteal, definitely painful, and if we spend this level up on +2 lifesteal, then I'm going to feel very silly. But I think that the Bean Teacher has a decent enough chance of giving us a really good stat that I'm going to grab it. Saltwater, I want more attack speed. I also want the muscly dude. I'm going to take the muscly dude for safety and then roll once. Yeah, we can take some more crit chance, and then we will go fight the Horde. Horde wave should be good for us. We shouldn't struggle to lifesteal off of things anyways. Although not taking damage could be a challenge. Once we have like 70 or 80 health and a few more defensive stats, we can just run into these groups of enemies with perfect impunity. For now, though, we do have to be careful, especially because my attack speed is low. So I'm having trouble clearing all these enemies before they deal damage to me. Our attack speed is low and our damage is somewhat reliant on being hurt. So we are actually having a little more trouble with this Horde wave than I was kind of expecting to. I'm going to kill these blobfish and then these lampreys. See if we can get this curse alien here. I think the other one ran up to the top. Yes, it did. So we're going to chase it down, try to take it out and get more curse. That hit at the end there was kind of spooky. We went down to half health from just 2 hits. I'm going to recycle the eye surgery here. We're not burning anything. At this point, I think it's late enough we don't invest in 10 harvesting. We'll just let the crown do its thing. I'm going to reroll there for a higher level upgrade. And we have to take attack speed over crit chance or luck. Attack speed is our real limiting factor right now. So we're going to just take even a level 2 attack speed upgrade. Then we'll take some more dodge, try to get to dodge cap. Buy these items. Losing 2 max HP, or I guess 1.5 max HP off the injection, I think is too big a cost with the way this character's set up. So we're going to pass on injection. Cursed Butterfly, there's an item for us. That's exactly what we want. This gives us 4 lifesteal, incredible for the Sharp Teeth, and of course the Curse. We will take the Peaceful Bee and the Blood Leech as well. Don't really need the Hedgehog. We don't want to build any melee damage. And then we will roll. Alien Worm, this is a pretty efficient way to buy max health. So I'm going to buy it and lock the mirror. And then hopefully we just get something cool that spawns in to mirror here. I'm going to actually spend 1 reroll and see if we can find something awesome to mirror. I guess I will lock this Sharp Tooth as well. And then we'll save some money. The way the rerolls have worked out on this character, actually, the Spyglass would have been better than normal because we've ended up with rerolling with expensive rerolls a lot. And the Piggy Bank would also have been better than normal because we've ended up going to the next wave with 100 in the bank, just sort of naturally a lot. Though neither, I think, would still pay for themselves, but it's worth noting that they would be pretty good in this run. Would be over the average in this run. These goblin sharks are giving us trouble. We just don't quite have the damage to kill them fast enough. And of course, this cursed spawner is dangerous, but also a great source of lifesteal. So that's helping to keep us alive, that we have these high health enemies that we can constantly lifesteal off of. Another peacock. Are we going into Horde or Elite Wave? I think I'm going to pass on that. I think that's just too dangerous, and we already have tons of XP gain. Take the butterfly, of course, and bonus HP is always welcome. Then some more lifesteal, and here I want to hit dodge cap, so we're just going to grab that. Toolbox here, 139 for 4 curse isn't as bad as it sounds. I could even mirror it. Then we would have 25 engineering, but we would lose 4% attack speed. I think we're going to pass on the toolbox. I think we can do better with our mirror. So I'm going to go ahead and combine, buy the Sharp Tooth, buy the small fish as well, and then roll, hoping that we find something good to mirror. Roll again. Give it 1 more reroll. This mirror really not looking great here. Oh, actually, I did that wrong. I should have bought the mirror. If I was going to buy the mirror... No, I did this right. I second-guessing myself, but this was correct, because there's a lot of items here that we would buy that we don't want to mirror, just like level 1 items. So you want to leave the mirror locked and then reroll rather than the other way around. I just got myself turned around there. All right. That being said, now I've already rerolled 3 times. Do we keep rolling and just throwing good money after bad with this mirror? And this is why, part of why I don't think mirror is that incredible an item a lot of the time. Or do we just give up on it? I think I'm just going to buy it and then roll, and yeah, I'll take tardigrade. I guess that just gives us +2 seconds of basically it's +2 health because we're taking the damage from the sick. So we're gonna roll 1 more time. And then let's go ahead and combine and buy the Sharp Tooth and we'll just buy the Bat. 2% lifesteal is worth spending 140 on for this build, so the mirror ended up being very poor for us, unfortunately, but sometimes you just have to go ahead and buy an item to make sure that your build is still scaling. This character's low damage enough that we can't really afford to pass up sources of lifesteal, which increases our damage output. And you can really end up in trouble if you go too all-in on Mirror. Okay, I took way too much damage there trying to get that loot alien. Because it had the buff and there were a bunch of cursed enemies there, I just took a lot of hits. No, it got the buff again? Come on, stop it. The buff on the loot aliens combined with the whistle that we have makes them so fast. It can be very frustrating to try to kill them. And decomposing flesh. So normally on vampire, this is quite a bad item. It's funny because this is vampires, like this is the item that you unlock from winning with vampire. Normally, this is a fairly weak item for Vampire, but for this character, we already have 62 max HP, so I think we can get away with the Decomposing Flesh. And then Celery Tea, we don't want, we'll recycle that. We will also recycle the Robot Arm. Very, very happy with this level 4 reflexes. The increased attack speed is critical for our character. I'm going to roll here. Cauldron can still give us the bonus damage, so I'm going to pick this up because 20% damage is just really good on this character, even if the pickup radius doesn't mostly matter. And then we're going to roll. We'll take a metal plate and an improved tools. Yeah, I think attack speed is good enough that we're taking improved tools even without any constructs. I'm going to pass on the alloy and roll one more time. Go ahead and upgrade another Sharp Tooth. Level 4 Sharp Tooth scales with 100% of our lifesteal, so the damage output on this is really very high, especially once we start taking a couple hits and our percent damage goes back up. So elites are always going to be a challenge for this character, because when we take a hit at full health, you can see how much damage that does, and then if we have to back off, we can really struggle to heal back up, because there's just not that many enemies on the field. Our Lich passive is going to be killing stuff while we're attacking the elite. So the elite can be really dangerous for us if I move badly or just walk into all of its attacks, which is moving badly. But if I walk into all of its attacks like that, the elites can be a problem. Made it through there. We were kind of lucky to get a Horde wave as our first wave also. Or our first boss wave. Because that let us get our defensive stats more online before we had to fight the elite. This is a really fun run, actually. It's really interesting trying to manage the stats of these characters. Yeah, we'll definitely take Kraken's Eye. This is incredible for us, and the Ritual, of course, is all the stats that we want. More lifesteal, yes please. Losing the 2 lifesteal for the Clover, definitely painful, but 6% dodge gets us almost to dodge cap, or 2/3 of the way to dodge cap, so that's great. And then we will take this and lock the Scarf. I think that the melee damage and speed... I currently have no speed. That's something I really need to improve, but with the melee damage, not that useful. The regen we can't use. 4% speed for 215 is a bad deal, so we're going to pass on that. We will then continue to upgrade our Sharp Tooth. We will definitely buy Potato, and we'll take the Alien Magic to increase our max HP as well. Not we're going to pass on, because of course we want to upgrade our weapons, and we might find some cursed weapons, so it would be even better. Other than on Bull, I just always want to pass Not, I think. Sometimes if you have your full weapon set online or close to online, or maxed out, then it can be a good item. But it's just such an unfun item. Because one of the cool things about this game is when you find a really awesome weapon in the late game and are like, oh hey, I'm a nuclear launcher build now, I'm a Gatling gun build now, and Not prevents you from doing that. I think it's interesting as a design from a mechanical standpoint, because it's a real trade-off for some very powerful effects. But as a design from a fun standpoint, I think better just to pass than not. Sure, we'll take a cursed metal detector. This is all stats that we want, and we only lose a small amount of percent damage. And then 4% more lifesteal, don't mind if I do. Take the potato and the alien magic, and then roll. Adrenaline, that's great for us. We'll take another treasure map. Even this late, the treasure map, if it gets me 1 item, it's probably paid for itself. If it gets me 2 items, then we've gotten quite a bit of value from it. Wait. Oh, right, we have the Kraken's Eye. That's what's exploding. I had, in my head, I had swapped Kraken's Eye, which gives you the explosion whenever you take damage, with the Sunken Bell, which explodes when you get to low health. So I got a little confused when I saw I was exploding a bunch. But of course, the Kraken's Eye is incredible for this character, since we're constantly taking damage. At this point, our character is strong enough that these normal waves shouldn't be too much of a challenge, but elite waves still could be. And the bosses I'm actually still pretty nervous about, because our healing is good, but could be a lot better. The adrenaline that we've got locked in the shop is going to make a massive difference for this character. Sharp bullet, we're going to pass on. Jelly, I'll take. We do just need all the HP we can get. We'll take 2 armor. We'll take 20% attack speed to help kill elites faster. Adrenaline is amazing here. We'll take the sharp tooth and the tree and the fish hook, and then roll. And so here I could try locking the sharp tooth if there's something else that I want to buy. I could try locking it and seeing if we get a cursed one. I think I'm just going to upgrade my weapons, though, and we're going to roll for something to lock with fish hook. Like another fish hook? Sure, why not? And then we'll take an insanity. If we get a cursed fish hook, then that'll make it more likely to lock to curse items. Whoa, walking into every attack here. I am going to blame that my arm is quite sore, so the challenge of this run is increased. The buffed and cursed stargazers, these guys, the drooly guys there, have so much HP that we have a decent damage output on this character, but not incredible, so it takes us a long time to kill really powerful enemies like that. Oh, can we get this loot alien? Nice, got it right at the end. I think it ate a couple ticks of our Lich passive there for it to die so quickly. I don't think our weapon attacks would have done that. Mammoth, so this is basically plus 10 base damage on all my weapons, and we lose 4% damage and 3% speed. The base damage on our weapons is 76 right now. I think the Mammoth is worth it, but it's close. I'll take the sunglasses here, and we will recycle the glasses. Actually, getting back to positive speed is fine. Sad Tomato is interesting, because that would start us with our damage bonus from Vampire, so you can take this just to trigger the damage bonus. But because we are constantly taking hits, I think we want to pass on Sad Tomato. I really want my HP to be high. Didn't get lucky on the cursed fishhook, but I will go ahead and buy another fishhook anyways. And then focus, this is going to get our percent damage almost positive, which is awesome. Get, finally, some bonus movement speed. And then let's roll a couple times. I'm looking for stuff that I can lock to try to curse, and in fact, I will happily lock all of these and try to curse them. Any one of those that gets cursed will be an incredible addition to the character. So the second fishhook will hopefully pay off, even with only one wave in which to do so. Alright, our damage is starting to get pretty good. That focus was a really nice find for us, because it got our percent damage almost up to 0, which means that our damage output is significantly increased, because of course the lower a stat is, the more impact increasing it has. Our Lich passive is hitting for 100, so it's really stopped killing stuff at this point. Most of the enemies at this point in the game just have more than 100 health. But it was a huge help for getting us there, I think. We ended up with a lot of wave clear off of it. Curious what the damage breakdown will be. Energy bracelet for 4% crit. Sure, I'll take that. We will recycle the bone dice. Take 6% dodge, because I want to get to dodge cap. Alright, nice. We got Cursed Tentacle and Cursed Acid, so these fish hooks definitely paying for themselves. And then we will buy this. So now we're at 100 HP, which is perfect. We will even be at 0% damage, so that's a nice one. Do I take the acid, or do we roll for something else? I think 99 HP is fine. I'm going to roll and see if we can get something better than that. An upgraded Sharp Tooth is probably the best we're going to get. Let's roll here. And Cursed Tardigrade. I guess there's no chance that we buy something relevant if I keep rolling, so we will just take the Cursed Tardigrade for 2 extra HP. The Sick is going to take both layers of the Tardigrade off immediately, but this stops us from taking 2 damage at the start of the wave. Obviously, the Tardigrade is not going to be that helpful, but if we re-rolled there was just very little chance of us finding something else to buy. Need to back off and try to heal up off the other enemies in the wave for a minute, and then we're going to go after this whale. Of the 2 Abyss bosses, the whale is by far the more dangerous in my opinion, because it charges at you and its attack pattern is just more dangerous. It also leaves the floating, in its earlier stage, it leaves the floating projectiles around, and that the floating projectiles are really dangerous. And then here, now that we're done that, we can just sort of spin around the Serpent Elite, which is much weaker overall, because you can just run around it in a circle and it'll pretty much never hit you. Alright, let's take a look at our items here. So, our bags were worth 600. Geckos were a great find that gave us a lot of money early. 491 healing on the cute monkeys is incredible. This peacock paid for itself. The crown gave us 141 harvesting, so that's great. Pile of books ended up just being some crit chance, but it was fine. The mirrors, we duplicated treasure maps and we duplicated bats. So the mirrors ended up being okay, but not incredible. And Bean Teacher definitely did get me a level up because we're up to level 28 now. So this ended up working out. Other than that, Metal Detector was worth a lot as well. 134 on the Cursed Metal Detector. And other than that, I think that's all of our economy items to check. So, that's the run. This was a really fun one. I really recommend this combination. Just life-stealing your way through things, and the tension between trying to get enough HP to survive the incoming damage and also build damage output is a really interesting one in the early game. So this made for a really fun and interesting character combo, and I recommend you trying it. Alright, my friends, as always, of course, if you have enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, friends, and I will catch you next time.